Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're out of line and an embarrassment. Sit down.
Is right now. You're doing nothing.
No, you need to get his ass out of here. Just get the place and talk to this over.
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you're out of line. Please leave this auditorium.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Habibis, and welcome to another Habibi Power Hour. I'm your solo host for now, Jay Kobbe. Your co-host, Siraj Hashmi, is running a little late because what are we if not consistent with our brand? Luckily, I have Spencer Sachs here with me for all the backdoor stuff, and knowing Spencer and how I am mentoring him, he likes the backdoor stuff. But coming into, as everybody knows, the biggest news of the week is what happened over in Uvalde, Texas. 19 children have been massacred, and 2 adults, 2 of the teachers, out of Robb Elementary School. These are elementary school students and kids who are celebrating the, I think they're like elementary graduation. I'm not 100% sure how they do it here in the United States, but like I think it was them being promoted from elementary to middle school when this sick individual, 18 years old, went into the elementary school after murdering or attempt. I'm not 100% sure whether or not his grandmother has been announced dead or not, but he shot his grandmother in the face and fled to an elementary school and started to shoot up children. A lot of people are hurting right now, and there's a lot of wild takes and reactions and stuff, and that's very expected when something like this happens and something like this hits our nation. And it's sad that our nation is one of the only ones that experience things like this, when we do have the means and the ability to keep the most vulnerable places in the United States safe. But we, for some reason, when it comes to this issue, a lot of people just like to talk over each other, and they don't want to have an actual sit down to figure out what it is that we can do in order to help keep children safe. I mean, we went ahead and sent $40 billion like it was nothing to Ukraine. We could afford some funds going to public schools, and especially to elementary, middle school, high schools, where these are they're completely made for people to just walk in and be able to massacre as many people as they want. And I feel like we don't learn our lesson until the next one. So a lot of people are hurting over this, and a lot of people are going to be frustrated on the inaction that we see from the people in power. They're so easy to vote on raising their salaries, and they're so easy to vote on sending funds to things that don't necessarily matter. But when it comes to issues like this, there's always going to be pushback on it. But we are going to be linking some links to charities and to fundraisers that you guys could go and check out for yourself if you guys are willing, if you have the means. Even if you can just take the link and retweet it or tweet it out, that would help. Over here we have from GoFundMe. I know there's a lot of issues around GoFundMe, but when it comes to causes like this, sometimes they're the best ones to be able to use when it comes to a tragedy or somewhere that where you can go and help easily, because a lot of them are verified. This is a verified organization, Victims for It First. They have a goal of $3 million. They first started off at 600,000, but as the death toll started to rise, they expanded the donation limit. So if you do have the means, you can go to GoFundMe and you can donate $5, $10, $20, or even just tweeting out the link. Another organization is I think it's the First Choice Bank in Texas. They have opened an account for Robb Elementary School fund, and if you guys feel more inclined to donate that way, you can send and donate to them. I don't have their link up here, of course, because I'm a boomer. I had it up before, but I must have deleted. I'm sorry. I could find it for you guys. There it is. Some of your reactions. It is sad times right now of what was going on, and what happened to the kids. I mean, it's gonna sting. It's gonna hurt a lot when we start seeing more and more of the faces of the victims come out, and how young they were. It's not going to be easy. I mean, they're 10 years old and younger. But I hope some of you guys can donate. I hope a lot of you guys are doing okay over this, and will be able to weather through it. But if you have people you can reach out to or talk to or anything like that, please do. This is not an easy topic to discuss or even go over. And some of on Twitter, some of the faces have already come out, and it's not easy. But I do want to go to some of the reactions of some of people that came into it. Of course, the first reaction is Biden with coming up in his tweet is, as a nation, we must ask, when in God's name will we stand up to the gun lobby? When in God's name will we do what needs to be done? I'm sick and tired of it. We have to act. I think there's a huge misunderstanding when it comes to the gun issue, and also to the left's understanding of the gun issue and what it's really about. Because the gun lobby pretty much has zero influence on a lot of gun legislation. Most of it is straight down to the voters and the constituents themselves. Guns in the United States is a huge part of our DNA, and they refuse to actually have that open discussion because it's easier for them to just blame nobodies and nothings, to pretend like they're actually doing something about these mass shootings. It's not the gun that's being picked up by itself and going and doing these shootings. I mean, when we hear more and more of what happened, we know that there are some things that could have been put in place that, if they were followed, would have somewhere along the line might have stopped him. But even then, there's not a huge there's no real hard facts to state that would actually stop them, like red flag laws, and especially how broadened they are on the wording of them, that anyone in power can just put a red flag on anyone they want and stop you from being able to either purchase a gun or register a gun or any of that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of things that are still not that none of the laws being pushed by either side would have really stopped this, especially if he was able to get a gun outside of a gun shop if he was looking for it. Another reaction, of course, was from Steve Carr. And I think this reaction is what a lot of people on the left are feeling like, even though my own personal opinion with a lot of these people is that it's really fake outrage. It's not real.
I'm not going to talk about basketball. Nothing's happened with our team in the last 6 hours. We're going to start the same way tonight. Any basketball questions don't matter. Since we left shoot around, 14 children were killed 400 miles from here, and a teacher. And in the last 10 days, we've had elderly Black people killed in a supermarket in Buffalo. We've had Asian churchgoers killed in Southern California. And now we have children murdered at school. When are we going to do something? I'm tired. I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. There's 50 senators right now who refuse to vote on H.R. 8, which is a background check rule that the House passed a couple of years ago. It's been sitting there for 2 years. And there's a reason they won't vote on it, to hold on to power. So I ask you, Mitch McConnell, I ask all of you senators who refuse to do anything about the violence and school shootings and supermarket shootings, I ask you, are you going to put your own desire for power ahead of the lives of our children and our elderly and our churchgoers? Because that's what it looks like. It's what we do every week. So I'm fed up. I've had enough. We're going to play the game tonight, but I want every person here, every person listening to this to think about your own child or grandchild or mother or father or sister, brother. How would you feel if this happened to you today? We can't get numb to this. We can't sit here and just read about it and go, well, let's have a moment of silence. Yeah, go Dubs, Come on, Mavs, let's go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go play a basketball game. And 50 senators in Washington are going to hold us hostage. Do you realize that 90% of Americans, regardless of political party, want background check, universal background check? 90% of us, we are being held hostage by 50 senators in Washington who refuse to even put it to a vote, despite what we, the American people, want. They won't vote on it because they want to hold on to their own power. It's pathetic. I've had enough.
And then we're going to go play our game. What power are they holding on to by not putting it to a vote? What power? There's no power to be gained or lost if they put the background checks to the vote. None. And the guy passed the background check as well. It wasn't going to do anything. And Professor Puffer brings up a good point because he said Asian and he didn't say Taiwanese, and he didn't even say that the guy was China on hate of the Taiwanese people. And even just if they would mention China or Taiwan, he would be in trouble, absolute trouble. And it's very easy for them to be able to speak up like this if it's talking about the United States, but he wouldn't do it over China. not so whatsoever. Spencer Sachs, our producer, coming in. Fun thing about this is that if you get a 50-50 vote, they could get it done with Harris being the 51st vote. Right. So, and the thing about this as well is, why didn't Schumer bring it up to a vote? Why is he talking about Mitch McConnell when Schumer could have just brought it up to a vote to vote on it? And now where are the senators? Aren't they on recess? It's all fake outrage. Most of it is fake outrage. They want to talk about holding on to power. The reason why that they're pushing for a lot of these things is for power. Cold Beer saying technically no, since Manchin wouldn't let them break the filibuster. Nate Clem coming in saying, I'm just as angry as he is, but his rant falls on deaf ears when he refuses to say anything about the genocide happening in China right now. And yeah, there was a bombshell BBC before we get into it. There was this incident that happened over in Texas right now. While Governor Abbott was giving comments, you had Beto O'Rourke interrupting the press conference for his own shit.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sit down.
You're out of line and an embarrassment.
Sit down and don't play this stuff.
Next shooting is right now, and you are doing nothing.
No, he needs to get his ass out of here.
And the people you can hear in the back.
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please.
The people you hear screaming in the back, telling him to stop, not the people on stage,
I can't believe you're a sick
are
son of a
actual
bitch
parents.
would come to a deal like this to make a political issue.
Pass the mic.
And then right after this, what happened? All of the reporters stopped looking at the press conference where they were getting facts on what happened at the shooting and went and rushed to suck off Beto O'Rourke and give him what he wanted to do. Like he did this as a publicity stunt just so he can get the cameras on him and shit. And they obliged him instead of waiting and listening to the actual facts of what was happening and about the victims and about the suspect. It's absolutely disgusting. And to think that he is actually going to gain, the only favor he's going to gain out of doing shit like this is favor from other fucking dumb shit reporters and people on coast. This is not going to give him any favors from the families and the people in Texas over what happened here. After the shooting, like it's not going to happen. And I think we're missing like this issue. I think there's multiple ways and multiple issues that coincide into this one major thing that happens with these shootings. Is one, we are extremely and utterly failing young men in this country, and especially when it is to regards of their mental health. And mental health in general, we're failing completely. Men just have a prone tendency to go to violence, but we're also failing young girls when it comes to their mental health. When we're seeing skyrocketing statistics on anxiety, on people feeling anxious and having depression, and all of these mental issues that are erupting. And not just erupting, like it's catastrophic the way that it is skyrocketing within adolescence right now. But they do not want to talk about it. They do not want to bring these things up. Instead, they want to talk about math anxiety. And like that's an actual fucking issue. Instead of going to the real issues of what it is that these kids are feeling. And I think that there needs to be more barriers to entry and owning a firearm for the majority of citizens. I do think that there should be a little bit more of a barrier to entry when owning a firearm. But it is not the main issue on why we're seeing these things happen. It is a tool being used by the major problem, which is the mental health of these people, of these kids. The guy was 18 years old. It's absolutely fucking devastating on both fronts that we are not taking these issues seriously as a nation. And instead of like coming together and wanting wanting to push more benefits and health and more processes to develop young men and girls and women to becoming more better, healthy individuals in society, they just talk over each other. Always. They will mock you if you say that we need to have better security in schools, that mental health in men is an issue. They'll mock you for these things. And on the other side, it is trying to say that there is no problems with guns whatsoever. There's a bigger problem when it comes to the mental health issue, but there's still a problem when it comes to guns in this country. But passing universal background checks and making people pat each other in the back for doing something isn't going to solve the major issue in what's happening. It's not. And also, President Biden yesterday came out with some remarks. I haven't listened to it yet. It's about 10 minutes. But I bet you $1 million that he is going to bring up his son, Bo, in this.
I'd hoped.
Every time he talks, I feel like he's going to fucking pass out.
Again. Another massacre. Uvalde, Texas.
Uvalde.
An elementary school.
Uvalde.
Beautiful, innocent, second, third, fourth graders. And how many scores of little children who witness what happened see their friends die as if they're on a battlefield, for God's sake. They'll live with it the rest of their lives. There's a lot we don't know yet. There's a lot we do know. The parents who will never see their child again, never have them jump in bed and cuddle with them. Parents who will never be the same. To lose a child is like having a piece of your soul ripped away. There's a hollowness in your chest. You feel like you're being sucked into it and never going to be able to get out. Suffocating. It's never quite the same. It's a feeling shared by the siblings and the grandparents and the family members and the community that's left behind. Scripture says, Jill and I have talked about this in different contexts, in other contexts. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. So many crushed spirits. So tonight, I ask the nation to pray for them.
Did he just play drums
Give the parents and siblings
on his
strength
notebook?
in the darkness they feel right now. As a nation, we have to ask, when in God's name are we going to stand up to the gun lobby? When in God's name we do what we all know in our gut needs to be done? It's been 3,448 days, 10 years since I stood up at a high school in Connecticut, a grade school in Connecticut, where another gunman massacred 26 people, including 25.
I feel like the sign language person was
Since then,
lost a little bit.
there have been over 900 incidents of gunfires reported on school grounds. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida.
I mean, if there's 900 incidents of gunfire in schools, why the fuck haven't they put more funding into security of schools? Why haven't they pushed for more security in schools? They were so easy to pass hundreds of millions of dollars for COVID that has done nothing to protect kids. The COVID funds have done nothing to protect kids, especially because schools have stayed out for almost 2 years. In most states, there was no in-person learning, but they kept the money to do what with? How did they make it safer for kids for COVID when they took hundreds of millions of dollars? But to do it for gun safety, or to do it to help protect kids from situations like this, they can't do it.
Santa Fe High School in Texas, Oxford High School in Michigan. The list goes on, and the list grows when it includes mass shootings at places like movie theaters, houses of worship, as we saw just 10 days ago, the grocery store in Buffalo, New York. I am sick and tired of it. We have to act. And don't tell me we can't have an impact on this carnage. I spent my career as a senator and a vice president working to pass common sense gun laws. We can and won't prevent every tragedy, but we know they work and have positive impact. When we passed the assault weapons ban, mass shootings went down. When the law expired, mass shootings tripled. The idea that an 18-year-old kid can walk into a gun store and buy 2 assault weapons is just wrong. What in God's name do you...
But it's totally okay for that same 18-year-old kid to sign up for the military and go and kill or drone kids on the way to school, to kill innocent people in wartime, to hold it to kill our enemies and stuff. Like, I'm not quite understanding it. And also to join the military, there is a long list of tests. They're not all 100%, but also they're there to evaluate the mental health of a person when they're going into purchasing, when they're going into the army. If there's something that looks wrong, they can't join the military. And I think there needs to be like I said before, just some more barriers to entry when it comes to purchasing a firearm. But even then, it's not going to be 100%. Even then, it's not going to do most anything. Oh, look who finally decided to join us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's going on, Habibi? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jack Kobbe. This looks like this is going to be a like a live diary before you blow up your vest.
Basically, yeah. Can you hear me?
Here
Okay.
we go. Yeah, much better than your
was-
better than your internet connection right now at home.
Dude,
Jesus.
I was literally telling. So I'm out on a work thing right now, because basically the entire like team, the executive team is in town, so I have to like go out and do the work thing, right? Because that's
Oh no, of course. Like you got to
But
go do some rub and tugs.
they all know I have Habibi Power Hour, and they're like, just go on your phone and just do it right now.
Just do it live.
Do it live.
Keep the knee pads
And-
on and do it live.
And on top of
Fuck
that,
it.
I was saying to them, literally, watch my connection be better on my phone than it's ever been on any other aspect in my own studio.
It is. The mic is better. The camera is better.
camera's
It's not
better, the
choppy.
lighting's I'm gonna just keep this going. Like I don't even care anymore.
It's great.
I walked into I walked out of the bar just so that would it be so loud.
Oh, that would have been hilarious, especially after like what we're talking about right now. Just to
literally
join
said-
in like that.
Dude, they literally said just do the show from like we're at this place called Daiquiri Deck. They're like, just do Habibi Power Hour from Daiquiri Deck. I was like, they're literally talking about this shooting.
I know. And so what? Let's do shots. Shot. 19 shots. Let's go.
Oh my
Fuck it.
god. And we're canceled.
We're canceled. All right. Rumble's gone. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I actually haven't seen anything in the chat. Oh wow, there's wow. I'm actually seeing all the chat now. Wow, that is Janice says the senile clown is so embarrassing. She's talking about me, of course, right?
I think so.
Alhamdulillah. So yeah. What's new with you?
Oh, nothing much, man. I'm doing all right. I'm drinking some basil Hayden.
Hey, hell yeah.
What have you been drinking?
I had a Miami Vice earlier. It's like
What's a Miami Vice?
It's like a mix of a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri.
Is there a fight going on right now? Why are you with my man? I can hear some hoe in the background. Can they hear me?
It's not. They're actual children, Jay. How dare you?
Oh, damn. Oh,
Damn.
shit. Are they really?
What the fuck,
What,
Jay?
what are they doing out that late? It's fucking like 10 p.m.
It's 9:30 over here, okay? It's, Do you want me to, like, go into the bar? Do you, like, want to have this... Do you want me to completely ruin this stream by going into a bar?
Dude, go ahead. We're going to stop the seriousness on the shooting, and we're going to talk about monkeypox as you go into the bar.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do right now. We'll talk about monkeypox.
Yeah, let's talk about monkeypox. All right, so for those of you who are wondering, I finally had sex.
You say this as you have monkeypox. So was it a monkey?
I'm saying this is what happens when I have sex. Is that I
Monkeypox
create
spreads.
an entirely new virus. My colleagues literally watching the show in the bar. It's just next level crazy.
That's
All right,
totally
so
good.
What happens when I have sex is that I literally create a new virus. So I'm sorry, everyone. It wasn't supposed to go down this way, but we do what we can with what we got, and
Correct.
what we got is monkeypox.
We do. That's what it is. And after like I taught you how to eat ass and everything, in Florida, especially Miami, I mean, I am not surprised that it was spread really nice and quick.
Yeah, pretty much right down the middle and wide, right? Wide.
That's exactly how we do it. You go right in, down the middle, spread it open a little bit.
What's that thing
and
about?
Eat that monkeypox.
Yeah. Or you got to eat that monkey box to get the monkeypox, right, Jay?
Exactly right. That's the Habibi Bro way.
This is the way. This is the way, Habibis. Janice says the blow up doll can't give you monkeypox. Challenge accepted.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't give the blow up doll monkeypox first, because Siraj already has it.
This is literally the bar I've been at for like the last hour and a half.
I love it. This is, I think if the Pulse shooter was able to do something like this, he would.
Yeah, look, we all know that when it comes to the Pulse nightclub shooting, he handled getting dick down in the worst way possible. Never do that. Just embrace it.
Embrace being a gay incel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Trevor Frederick says Siraj walks into a bar and yells, "I finally had sex."
Do it right now. Walk into the bar and yell, "I finally had sex."
All right, we're doing it.
And yell it. Say, "I finally had sex with Jay Kobbe." Do it. Yell it loud. Yell it loud. Just walk right in and be like, "I finally had sex with Jay Kobbe."
All right. Let's see. We'll do it. Here, hold on. Hey, I finally have an announcement to make. I've had sex with Jay Kobbe.
Yes.
That's good.
You are welcome.
Oh shit.
You are welcome.
Yeah, good.
Are you on right now?
I'm literally on right now.
We are live right now.
You want to be on? I'm hanging.
How many people you got on right now?
Jay, how many people we got on?
We got 130 people on right now.
Do they know where we are right now?
They know exactly where you are.
I don't know if they
This
know.
is the based and red-pilled capital of the world. Come out to Sarasota, blow it up.
Go have jihadi sex right now.
Yeah, we're having monkey sex right now. No, we're hanging with it's the Rumble and Truth Social teams coming together here.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah.
So, Jeremy, thanks for the super chat. Says this confirms a lot because the only cases of monkeypox we have in Florida are among gay men. You hate to see it.
That's exactly where it comes from in Florida.
By the way, Jay, I'm probably fired now because I basically just shouted I had sex with Jay Kobbe in front of my entire all of my colleagues. That's
all of your colleagues. No, that's great.
And obviously my wife who I haven't seen yet, so I think she left me.
No, wait, is Im there? Can you tell her I say hi?
Yeah, I don't know where she went. She obviously doesn't want me to she doesn't want me to ambush her.
It's all good. Just tell Em I say hi.
Also, what's going on with these lights, Jay? This is a little trippy.
It is. I like it, especially when you go purple.
I'm gonna just stay like this because this is fun.
No, that's great. It's absolutely fantastic. But I have to say that it's more and more likely that monkeypox is being spread by gay sex.
Yeah. So Jay, I just want to point out here that I'm actually earlier to this stream than I was last week. So
you are.
That's an improvement, right?
100%, essentially.
So now I have no excuse for ever being late to the stream ever again. I can literally just join on the phone like this.
Right, and now that we know that your phone is actually a better connection than your home internet,
you probably are going to demand that
until Frontier.
Hey.
Didn't Frontier get installed today?
What's that?
Frontier, did it get installed today?
It got installed yesterday, dude. It took them literally all day to do it.
Well, I'm sure, but how is the internet compared to your other?
I haven't
internet?
even had a chance to test it out because
Jesus,
I have been home for maybe like 2 hours. Or
just going out there spreading the monkeypox.
This obviously, Jay, this is what I do. Spreading the monkeypox is the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now you can spread it in sodas, you can spread it by eating ass, and you can spread it with gay sex.
So
Which way are you doing it?
How am I spreading it, by eating ass or what? What was the other
No,
one?
eating ass through the sauna or gay sex.
Hold on, I'm having a hard time hearing you. What was that?
Mommy Milky.
That was the one thing, Jay, I gotta say, somehow I'm not as distracted out here than I am at home for some reason. There's a lot of activity,
while doing
and
this,
yet I feel relatively in the zone right now.
well, it's good that you feel like that, but like the reality of it is not so much.
What do you mean?
I feel like you've taken coke. Do you need some coke?
Do I need what?
Coke, cock in my ass. Do you need cock in my ass?
Yeah, absolutely, all the time. Yeah,
Always and forever.
always and forever, yes.
But
So
what I really wanted to get out was the complexity of the shooting, and how much of it is what we need as gun regulation, and how much of it is like a mental health issue that we need. Now go.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna lie to you, okay? All this seems kind of sus. A lot of this seems suspect. It seems too close and parallel to what we've seen with Sandy Hook. I'm not saying that the shooting is fake or you know that these kids didn't die. There's a lot of things that are really fucked up about this. What I do think happened was the FBI and the feds knew about this guy. I don't have a tinfoil hat. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. Here.
No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the both of us.
Okay. All right. So I got a bottle on my head.
Why is that water and you're at a bar?
I always carry water with me. Jay, you never know when you need water.
Well, you need to be drinking, not water.
Well, no, this is. I'm holding on to this for my wife, for Emily, in case she's thirsty.
I doubt it because you're more of a bitch than she is. Like, not bitch. I'm sorry, not bitch. Not bitch.
Also
like
holding on to it
like
for
pussy.
her.
Like pussy. Like you're more of a pussy than she is.
Well, yeah. I mean, yes. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, I'll hydrate. Okay. All right. Here's what I think, Jay. Here's what I think. Okay.
Tell me.
I think the FBI knew about this guy, and instead of doing something about it, I think they basically turned him loose. Instead of they had the opportunity to stop this guy, but they didn't.
Yeah, kind of like knowing about you and monkeypox.
No, I mean, like, it also
They could have stopped you from spreading it, but
like,
they,
also,
but they
like,
did nothing.
What's it called? The Parkland shooter. The Parkland shooter they knew about, and they didn't do anything. This one seems a little bit more insidious, a little bit more nefarious, because, like, all the reports I'm seeing come out, like, it sounds like at that point, are we dealing with incompetence, or are we dealing with, like, is this shit almost intentional?
No, I think it's
wondering. That's what's so scary. That's what's so scary about this.
It is. But I mean, and either view is pretty scary, because thinking of them as being like very incompetent is kind of worrisome, and thinking of it being intentional is very, very, very worrisome. But
right. Oh no, they're both terrible outcomes, Jay.
They are.
I can't even
they
go
are.
through it.
I'm with you with that.
Whether it's,
they are.
If it's incompetence, at least you could chalk it up to being like, well, you know, at least the authorities, like, they had the right intentions of catching this guy and stopping him. And either he was like too evasive or eluded them in some way, shape, or form. But when you get to and you think about the other likelihood, the one that's obviously far more insidious and one that's obviously more scary, is that there's some like intentional plan behind all of this. I'm not obviously trying to get too Alex Jones on here, because Alex Jones went way beyond anything necessary when Sandy Hook happened. He said, all these people were crisis actors. Like, no, you can't. That doesn't fly.
That's not what we're saying here, or even getting at.
Like, this shit actually happened,
Yes, it did. And same thing with Sandy Hook and stuff. And what we're getting at is completely different than whatever the fuck Alex Jones was trying to get at. But I
Right. No,
think
Alex Jones like
it's
completely fucked. He completely fucked it up.
he did. And it's very, very, very much incompetence and laziness. That's what it is. It's very much
But
incompetence and
Jay, like,
laziness.
it's 2022. These law enforcement agencies have basically established a police state over the entire country. They literally had to invent terrorists after 9/11 through entrapment in order to say that they were catching terrorists. Like I'm just saying, our law enforcement is mighty capable of doing, being able to catch bad guys. Look, they stopped ISIS from assassinating George W. Bush, and that may be like low bar right there, but ISIS has carried out plenty of terrorist attacks, far more scary and far more unnerving than what this alleged plot against George W. Bush was going to be. All I'm saying is that the way that I've seen law enforcement over the last like 20 years, the stories I'm seeing coming out, I hope they're wrong, because what they're telling me now is that they either had to be incredibly incompetent, or the other likelihood, which I said before, they intentionally did nothing.
They didn't look. A lot of the time these are like known wolves. These are known people to the authorities.
Yeah.
They're known for a lot of this stuff. And it was like I was saying before, when you're coming on, is there should be more, like, in my opinion, there needs to be a hell of a lot more help to the mental crisis we're seeing, especially when it comes to young men and young women. And we need better barriers to entry when it comes to owning weapons.
Jay,
I think
Jay,
owning guns.
my only
But there is
pushback on
there's no
look,
real law that would have stopped him to get it. Like universal background checks wouldn't have stopped him. Red flags wouldn't have really stopped him.
You and I both
unless
know
he was
that
like
a lot
red
of the
flag.
laws in place. You and I both know that a lot of the laws in place would not have stopped anything like this. And the laws that they're suggesting would not have stopped something like this.
No, it wouldn't. You know what would have stopped it? Better security at the school, not having an unlocked back door to allow them to go in. That's only for my tongue. And
okay, I'm just amazed. Okay, look, I don't know what the situation at Robb Elementary School was like, because we live in a post-Sandy Hook world. Okay, we already understand that we live in a world where these horrific shootings can happen, and the victims could be as young as 5, as we've seen at Sandy Hook. So what I'm trying to say is, what the fuck happened at this elementary school that made it possible for this shooter to go in and kill as many people as he did? Like, you and I mean, we were only partly through grade school when Columbine happened. We were like maybe fifth and 6th grade.
yeah.
So the whole implementation of like these school lockdowns, these active shooter lockdowns, it's not new to them. It's not. Like, they are well aware that like there are protocols in place for when an active shooter comes into their campus. And so what I want to know is, if they didn't have security, why the fuck not? And if they did, I we're just left with more questions than answers. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it.
No, I mean, and that's when when events like this happen, there's a lot of questions that you want to ask in order to try and find a solution. You have to ask these questions. You have to ask things like, why is security so lax at elementary and high schools and stuff? Why is it that this person is known by police and he was able to get there and be there for like an hour shooting kids before any action was done? And another question is like, how can we send billions of dollars of aid or like hundreds of millions of dollars to school safety for fucking shit like COVID that does nothing? COVID, the COVID deaths for kids and all that kind of stuff is like so detrimental in comparison to everything else that happens with children, that we can't act when it comes to something like this. And you know why? Because a lot of it doesn't line the pockets of politicians.
Well, yeah, it's like, Jay, it's like all those things that we've seen about every single issue in Washington. A lot of these issues will never get fixed because politicians basically lose leverage with voters. It's just like with any issue. If you make it your entire fight to be about this particular issue and then you finally succeed, then you risk becoming irrelevant.
Right.
You risk becoming irrelevant, and when that happens, you risk losing power. You have to find new issues to be not mad about, but like new issues to identify. And I just find it amazing that, like, it just seems, just the timing of this all seems weird. Like, like on Twitter, all of the talking points were recycled. No one has been engaging in any of the political discourse. In fact, most people have been disengaging from it because we know it's obviously not it's not moving the needle on anything. And
right.
When that happens, you start to think, well, what is it going to take really to get, like, how horrific of a shooting needs to happen in order for like gun control legislation to get passed through. And that's when I start to like think the worst of the worst, and that is, well, shit, like maybe like all of this is by design. Maybe this is something that, while it did happen and it was obviously
for legal reasons, I'm putting on,
I know where you're putting it on.
Tinfoil hat for legal reasons.
I'm just trying to like tie it all together, Jay. These are all data points.
That's what it is.
Jay,
that's what it is.
That there are all these data points and just something feels off, okay? That's all I'm saying. Something feels off about this.
No,
like off than usual. Like, Jay, you and I are the same age. We've been around long enough to know, like, when something happens organically and it's terrible and there's like a time of unity and people come together, like there's been none of that. Absolutely none of that. I don't know if it's because of the environment we're living in.
Right.
But it is.
I think you hit it on the head. It's really the environment, because everybody is like really just talking over each other when it comes to this. Like, nobody wants to hear,
like nobody on one side. What the fuck is that furry doing? Standing up to fucking Greg the Tank Man Abbott.
And it was just a normal press conference in talking about the facts on what happened. But to your point, the reason why there's a lot of things that are not happening is because everybody's just talking over each other. People who want to talk about gun legislation do not want to hear anything about mental illness, and people who want to talk about mental illness want nothing to do with talking about gun legislation. But this right here that came out from Barack Obama, I don't know if you've seen this tweet, is absolutely like insane. So this is what it says. Hear me out. Barack Obama tweeted out, "As we grieve the children of Uvalde today. We should take time to recognize that 2 years ago have passed since the murder of George Floyd under the knee of a police officer. His killing stays with us to this day, especially those who loved him. What the actual fuck? What is this?
Hold up,
What
Jake.
the-
Can you send him a tip for me?
A tip? Oh, you want me to send him? Oh, a tip. Right
Yeah,
here.
send him a tip of 69 cents. And that's for him licking my balls last night.
This motherfucking piece of fucking garbage. Like, I do not understand where the fuck this has to do with anything that happened. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, people are not really going in and wanting to talk about this
Jay,
realistically. And I think this
we're
is the
listing
first
that shit. We gotta
time.
list that shit. We have to list that shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I think this is the first time that it's happened. The retweets versus quote tweet ratio that's going on right now on a Barack Obama tweet. He's getting ratioed.
Wow. I can't believe that, man. That is just like, it's not the worst tweet I've ever seen.
Over this?
But for
Absolutely.
Obama standards, like, that's pretty fucking bad.
No, this is absolute fucking garbage. This is horseshit. This is absolute garbage horseshit. What the fuck is this?
Man.
But yeah, we're definitely listing this piece of fucking garbage.
Huh? What was that?
I said we're definitely listing this piece of fucking garbage.
Oh, okay. I thought you said we're listening to some garbage, which I thought was interesting because I don't know. I actually don't know what song came on the radio at the bar.
Nah, Habibi, we can go ahead. If you're good, we can end it here. We're at.
Oh no,
we're going on to
let's do a little
60.
Ask Us Anything for a couple minutes.
Yes, before we go off.
So go ahead and ask us anything. I can't see anything on any other chat because I'm literally on my phone. So
No worries, I got it over here. Greg today over on Rumble says, if you fist bump a gay, you might get monkey AIDS.
wait, Jay. Oh, also, World Economic Forum happened or is happening, and
World Economic?
you know Davos.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what the World Economic Forum is in Davos, Switzerland?
Is it about like climate change or some shit?
Are you fucking kidding me, Jay?
No, I'm not. I have no idea.
You seriously don't? Wait. You are one of the biggest conspiracy theorists I know, and you don't know about the World Economic Forum in Davos? Klaus Schwab?
No, I don't. Look, is it like a New World Order type bullshit?
Yes, this is like the New World Order type shit, Jay.
They're all lizard people. Every person that goes to this World Economic Forum is a lizard person.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna put on my my hat, tinfoil hat for this because it's absolutely what it is.
You don't need one.
Oh, wait. I gotta read this correction from the Time. So this is the Time magazine. Correction on a Beto O'Rourke tweet. The original version of this tweet misspelled Beto O'Rourke's name. It's Beto, not Beta.
Better.
Yeah, it's so good, dude. You have to see this tweet. It's so fucking good. Hold on. Read it. Look at it. Look at this correction.
That's so. Oh, that Time put that out, dude. Here, hold on. Let me do something, Blake. Here, get out of the screen share. Hold on 1 second. Hey, can you say something to Blake? Can you tell him to resign?
Resign if you want to.
No, like absolutely he has to resign. Yeah, please resign.
Sorry, Blake. You're gonna have to resign.
Yes.
from the
Oh,
boss lady
Im,
herself.
Im,
like,
that's
you
a
have to
great
resign now.
haircut. Tell him I love her haircut.
Yeah. This
Also
is,
tell her I say hi.
all right. Back into my like little station right here. So, did Blake resign yet?
He needs to. He needs to resign.
He needs to.
Oh, it's because instead of saying version, I said virgin. Cold beer is like original version of the sweet.
Well,
Siraj is a sweet.
Okay. All right. So, Habibis, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry about being late to the show tonight. I really don't have any excuse. Of course, I have a job now, so that does take precedence. So I'm obviously sorry about that. But ultimately, did you expect I would be on time for everything? It's part of the brand.
No. We expect you to not be on time at all.
Spencer coming in here saying his excuses that wow, that was loud.
That was loud.
Hey, buddy, save some pussy for the rest of us.
Yeah, right.
So, Jay, what I was gonna say was that I was gonna read this ban, and it says his excuse is that he is a degenerate who would rather be at a bar. Spencer, where are my fucking clips? Where are my clips?
Where are our clips, Spencer?
I don't see any clips online.
I don't like. There's
Howard's
nothing.
knocked out.
Nothing.
Howard's back.
Nothing
You're
has
on.
been posted.
I better see a fucking clip of this tomorrow.
That's what needs to happen.
That's what needs to happen. No excuses. Play like a champion. Any other questions you want to ask? Someone asked where's Ern. I can't really highlight chats, but oh shit, he's at home. I gotta actually go check on him pretty soon. So Jay, what did I miss in the first 30 minutes?
So I was basically going over the tragedy that happened and also linking some GoFundMe's and then we're going over some of the reactions that people had over the shooting.
Okay, so just depressing shit.
Yes, very depressing.
Well, glad I missed that then.
Yes, I was. That's what it was basically.
Good to know. Well, if it's any consolation, Nate Beebe says Siraj is literally just phoning it in. What's the name of the bar you're at? It's called Daiquiri Deck. It's in Siesta Key, Florida. Jay, you need to come out here, all right? I keep telling you to come out here. Come.
I need to come out. I'm going to come
Jay,
out there.
You need to come.
I will come.
Please come.
I will.
All over. Come.
100%. Siraj looks much more Muslim from this angle.
Yep. At a bar.
Essentially 100%.
Essentially. So.
All right,
Habibis.
All right,
Okay.
Habibis.
Go work.
Thank you.
Go work tonight, Jay. Thanks for carrying my load.
I always do.
You actually are really good at handling my load.
I love your load on my back. Like I love it.
I particularly love it when you carry it in your mouth.
Oh,
love you, Habibis.
love you, Habibis.
I promise the next stream won't be as chaotic because
we'll actually be sitting down and doing it.
What?
Huh?
Oh yeah, I'll be sitting down and probably not at the noisy bar.
All right, Habibis, for Habibi Power Hour, I'm Jack Kobbe.
I'm Siraj Hashmi. Have a good
Thank
night.
you, Spencer Sachs, for everything. And
You're
if you
fucking
like
fired,
what you
Spencer.
see,
pack your shit, Spencer.
and if you like what you've seen, please go ahead and subscribe and follow us on Rumble. Thank you, Habibis.
Peace it,
love you. Peace it. Before we go, shout out to Bravo coming in. Thank you so much. How's it taste to be looking up at Spurs for another year? Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Shadow 2 Bravo. Love you guys. Have a good night, and I'll see you later. Peace it.